All right, looks like we're live. It's Firearms Fridays, guys, and we got a new one coming into the fold. Looks like Louisiana getting ready to pass constitutional carry. So let's do a show. We'll start with that story. Okay, that got weird for a minute, but okay. Sorry about that. I was talking to the wife while I was grabbing my cup of coffee. And I see Uncle Steve's got first blood. Dave is with us, and Fiscal Harby, a Twitch user, has just found about the only thing I'll swing a banhammer for, and that's bothering me to try to sell me shit. Go away. So, had a recent fan submission that I want to talk about just a little bit, and then we're going to talk about got a little piece of news on the carry front that I want to cover. Okay, hang on. I got to get these stories back in order. There we go. Okay, cool. Now, and Dave's with us this morning. Good. Glad to see you there, Dave. Dave, one of our longtime fans and very reliable habitual viewers, sent me a Green Army Man bottle opener. And I freaking love it. I'm keeping it in the package right now. Because frankly, I've got my 50 cal bottle opener here. And I'm debating on whether I'm going to make use of this generally, or if I'm going to hold on to it in the package as is and hang it up on the wall on the new set when we move. So on that front, nothing is definite yet, apart from we're moving as soon as everything is in place. But we're early stages, guys. Early stages. So we're actually going to look at a couple of places on Monday, and hopefully one of those will be the one. And if I'm being honest, I've pretty well got my sights on one in particular. for the location and the price and the size of the building, it's hard to argue with. If it's great, it looks like a great property. I wanted to go for more land, but y'all, the inventory is a little sparse right now. I'm trying to find. Oh, I've got another shitburger here trying to sell me viewers, and you've been banned. So I don't buy views, guys. That's not an option. Legion is asking about the interest rate. You know, the interest rate has just come down a few points, just in the last couple of weeks, and it looks like it might go down again in another month-ish. Where we are right now it'd be a great competitive interest rate in the mid-1980s when we were still trying to recover from Carter. But the unfortunate truth is we haven't started to try and recover from the Biden disaster yet, and I am not staying here until we have corrected that particular error. I need to get moving, so I'll just refinance in a year or two. That'd be all right. So, let's this first one. We've got this headline from hey, this is not a DRT. This headline from concealednation.org. Louisiana is one step closer to permitless carry. Governor expected to sign Concealed Nation. Louisiana is progressing towards allowing permitless carry as Republican legislators recently advanced related bills during a special session aimed at addressing violent crime. These measures, passed at the Senate along party lines, are now with the House, where Republicans hold a strong majority. Governor Jeff Landry is expected to sign them into law. The proposed legislation, often referred to as constitutional carry bill, enables adults 18 and older to carry concealed handguns without a permit, bypassing current requirements like fingerprinting and fees. That is a little misleading. Just because there's no fingerprinting and fees, because you're not bypassing. Okay. Concealed Nation, you're about to run me off. If you have to do anything other than hand money to the man who owns the gun that you are purchasing in a voluntary exchange between two individuals for their mutual benefit, right? I've got money, you've got a gun, let's swap. Anything beyond that is a requirement put upon you by the government is an unconstitutional, unnecessary burden that has been placed on you. It is the case that in any event of that sort, what is happening legally is the government, by its agencies, is using firearms and the threat of their deployment upon your person in order to deprive of you the liberty which is inborn to defend yourself and to keep and bear arms. Anything short of, I have a gun and I'm happy to sell it to you for money, that is imposed upon your situation by government, is criminal activity being engaged in by government. That is not an opinion. That is the law. We've talked many, many times about the Heller decision and how it's often referred to as having restored some freedoms, or the left likes to say it gave more freedom to firearms owners. It didn't give you shit. What the Heller decision did, inartfully and insufficiently, was to remove illegal government interference from your liberties. And you guys, many of you have heard Cameron and I have this conversation. It's not really a debate. I don't think we disagree on any particular point in it. We've had the conversation about the phrase constitutional carry. The phrase constitutional carry is a misnomer in all of the places where it's used because there still exist restrictions. Like in Georgia, we have quote unquote constitutional carry. There still exists a permit, a license, which you can get, and it does have value. The only reason that it has value is because if you have the Georgia weapon license, if you have the Georgia concealed carry license, it serves as evidence that your background check has already been done and is clear. And so you don't have to go through the full process of the background check to buy a gun in a gun store, pawn shop, what have you. And it has reciprocity with several other states. So states that are not constitutional carry will allow you to carry your firearm with your Georgia carry license. Keep in mind, not all states have reciprocity with all other states. Some states do not recognize other states' licenses, license requirements, etc. Like for example, you having a Georgia carry license does not mean that you are covered, that you're legally allowed to carry your firearm concealed or open in New York City. And that is not because New York City has stricter gun laws than Georgia. That is because the state of New York is a rogue state acting in clear contravention of the Constitution of the United States and is being continually allowed to do so without any enforcement mechanism preventing that state from violating the Constitution to which it is a signatory. I want y'all to remember this. Every state in the Union has this in common. They looked at the Constitution. They agreed to join the Union, to join the United States of America, stipulating to the rules, the law presented to them by the Constitution. And so every state that has a law which is explicitly prohibited by the Constitution is a bad faith actor. Yes, that means every single state. Now, these states that are going to the constitutional carry plan, that are passing constitutional carry laws, I applaud that they seem to be attempting to bring themselves back into compliance. Right? But it may be too little too late. There is a good argument to be made that the interference by these rogue states with your individual personal liberties bears some of the culpability for the migrant crisis that's happening at the border today. Right? Article 4 says that that the federal government, and specifically the president, has a responsibility to secure the border and to guarantee a Republican form of government for every state in the nation. Article 1, Section 3, I think it was. No, 110.3. Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3. Anyway, in Article 1, the individual states are explicitly forbidden from engaging in the conduct of war against foreign entities unless, and it's very clear on this, unless the federal government, under its fourth Article 4 responsibility, fails to secure the border sufficiently. And then you get down to the Bill of Rights, where the 10th Amendment says that all those powers not explicitly enumerated and ceded thereby to the federal government are retained to the state and to the people. If the state fails to secure the border, the Constitution is pretty clear that the authority to do that is remitted to the people. If your state is not upholding its obligation, then you have the legal authority under the Constitution to do that work that needs to be done. It's the same functional legal rationale that authorizes you to defend your home with deadly force if necessary in the event of a hostile intruder. And let me be clear, when I say authorize in this context, what it actually means to say that. The Constitution is a bill of negative liberties, of negative authorities assigned to the government. Thou shalt not, right? The Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech, right? No law shall pass that removes the firearms, that removes your right to keep and bear arms. The fact is that the legal philosophical rationale that went into constructing the Constitution presupposes that the government doesn't have the authority to grant you authorization for the defense of your home, that is a right that God put in you when he was stirring the pot. Right? Sugar, spice, everything nice, and oh yeah, the right to armed fucking self-defense. Right? Snips, snails, puppy dog tails, and ammunition. Oh, let's see. Legion's running his mouth over here, hoping that I'll take a bite. You think it's okay to buy a home for your white family while millions of vibrant migrant new Americans struggle with housing insecurity? Yes, I'm totally comfortable with that. This is white supremacy. Let me be clear, Legion. I am superior, and I am white. These two facts are not necessarily entangled with one another. I'm just that awesome. That I'm white is entirely beside the point. But it's convenient. Now, let's so Louisiana one step closer. Let's take a look at this. Why do we carry? Louisiana is making a good choice by moving toward concealed carry. Why we carry? Nail salon owner beaten by 3 strangers. And again, there's something going on here. I wonder how long it'll take for Legion to point it out. But Concealed Nation may be about to lose me as a reader. Las Vegas, Nevada. Not have concealed carry permits for more than one state. So Nevada is not a actually, let me double check this. Actually, no, Nevada does not allow constitutional carry. Nevada is not a constitutional carry state yet, but who knows? Maybe one day. So, why we carry? Nathan Wynn, owner of the Nail Palace in Las Vegas, is recovering from an attack that occurred at his salon. The assault, captured on video, involved 4 individuals who don't have descriptions at all. The incident began when a woman who had initially come for a pedicure but was just looking to use the bathroom returned with 3 others after Nguyen said no. On her way out, she broke a potted plant by throwing it on the floor. She returned with 3 others who are completely undescribed, who brutally attacked Nguyen, stealing his phone and fled in a red sedan. Nguyen, confused about the motive for the attack, expressed his innocence and shock. His spouse and business owner, Nick Hardman, likened the aftermath to a horror movie. Okay. The neighboring business is aiding the investigation by providing additional footage to the police. Oh, here's an image that from which one might have extrapolated a description, perhaps. Yeah. Ann Coulter was saying the other day in regard to the Kansas City Chiefs attack, well, we know it wasn't a white guy. Bill Maher and everybody, well, what do you mean? Well, they haven't said it was a white guy. That means it's not a white guy. Like they haven't said what color he is. That guarantees you he's a white guy. If he's a white guy, that's the first thing in the headline. Right? Even if he's not a white guy and he's just light-skinned enough to be mistaken for white in a blurry image, they will lead with the headline, "White man commits violent crime," right up until they cannot continue that narrative, right? Zimmerman was the first real glaring example of that, where it was white man kills black teenager. Oh no, well, no, he was a Latino. Well, he was a white Latino. Oh, okay. So here's
a shopping center rallying to help a business owner seconds after he was savagely beaten to suspects behind this attack.
Oh, hey, they I don't know about you, but they all look the same to me. Jesus Christ. And so Nguyen got his ass beat, at least in part because he wasn't prepared for something like this. Now, I made the point about the racism thing, and that's more about how the media reports it. Please believe there are plenty of other ethnic compositions that are more than happy to do you grievous harm in this way. Legion says CNN applying gamma photo effects can make anyone white. Dave says, didn't they report that the Venezuelan illegal killer in Athens as white? They didn't say he was white, Dave. In that one, they referred to him as a local man and an Athens resident. They called him local man, and Athens resident. Basically, they went out of their way to use nomenclature that suggested that he was a native-born American. And to try and cover up the fact that he was in fact a criminal alien, a hostile foreign invader, a war criminal. Right? So, in this case, obviously you've got, you've got the one customer just showing her ass, pitching a temper tantrum, and smashing property. It would be my position if I found myself in that position. I've got a shop, somebody comes in, starts showing their ass, smashes things on their way out, right? I'm probably going to go ahead and call the police right then. And then, if that same person walks back in the door with or without a cadre, as soon as I notice and recognize that person walking back in the door, I am going to draw my weapon at a low ready, just in case. Note, I'm not saying as soon as that person. Okay, so she smashes the pot, she walks out. Let's. It's a little sparse on details here, so let's just assume that she's the first of the 4 to walk back in. That's enough. I'm going to go ahead and draw my weapon. Calmly, hold to the low ready, and just say, hey, You need to leave. Now, when her four big beaters come in behind her, right? It may still not be time to open fire. Now, if one of them is already visibly armed, that's it. Everybody dies. As soon as one of them becomes aggressive, I'm at least aiming the weapon. And you get one warning. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, don't come any closer. I will never follow the statement, don't come any closer. My next sentence will never be, I mean it, stop where you are, don't come any closer. The first time I said it is the last thing you're going to hear, unless you back the fuck up. I have to eat enough Ranger candy as it is. I don't need to buy any more trouble. So, and that brings us to almost 8 o'clock. I am going to, let's do one more. Just a plain old DGU. Texas homeowner shoots at two suspects. Whoa, what just happened? Texas homeowner shoots at two suspects, breaking into a vehicle, striking one. In the early hours of Tuesday, a homeowner shot a man who was allegedly trying to break into his car near Caribou Creek, close to Farm to Market 78 and Woodlake Parkway. Yeah, wow, okay. The homeowner, upon noticing two individuals attempting to break into his vehicle, confronted them and subsequently fired shots, hitting one suspect in both legs. Damn, son. The suspects fled the scene in a red car. Shortly afterwards, the injured individual sought medical attention at a nearby hospital where he collapsed. The red car was later found abandoned in a nearby parking lot. Authorities are currently searching for the second suspect, and the investigation is ongoing. It doesn't say it, but let's see. I've got San Antonio, Texas. I've got the Farm District. I've got two people committing crimes around 3 o'clock in the morning. And then they abandoned the getaway car. I'm going to go ahead and say there's a high degree of probability that we're looking at a couple of criminal aliens right there. That just screams. The fact that they abandoned the car at the scene and fled. That just screams hostile foreign alien to me. So, it is Friday morning. We are going into the weekend. You guys, as our brother Steve likes to say, keep calm and carry one. Yeah. Or as the kids used to say, stay strapped or get clapped. Y'all be safe out there. Carry responsibly. Drink responsibly. Don't drive drink. Don't fry bacon naked. And we love you, and we will see you on Monday.